Mm. All right, we are ready to rock and roll. Big day today, big day today. New patch released by 2K should adjust all the shooting and how erratic it's been from the season 4 update. They made some huge changes to shooting, and we should see like a revert back to what we experienced prior to the season 4 update. Super dope. I'm super happy that these changes were made. A lot of folks are asking if the patch update is indeed live. I just loaded up my 2K. It had an update. I started the update and it's copying the file right now. What up, Big Zo? What up, Honcho? What's goody? What's goody? Man, appreciate y'all being here. This is what it's about, man. But one of the biggest questions I have is like, why was shooting changed in the first place? What was the reasoning behind these shooting changes? And what up, Duffel? What's good, man? Uh, Shooting was one of the most consistent things that I experienced on 2K23. It was like no matter what build I brought out, from a 79 three ball to a 92 three ball, I felt comfortable with shooting and meeting the learning curve for shooting on 2K23. Especially for like a spot up shooter, the learning curve is way more extensive for like point guards that are losing stamina as they dribble or trying to get open, looking for those shot opportunities. But for spot up shooting, it was consistent. Like I said, from a 79 three ball to a 92 three ball, if you knew your jump shot, you were shooting lights out, especially as a spot up with the correct badges equipped. After the season 4 update, it was nightmarish. And I was like good, maybe 2 weeks after the season 4 update. That's when I noticed like the changes hit me. And I said, man, every player I bring out is a nightmare to shoot, even wide open. 92 to 83. Those were the most consistent players that I ran with in season 4. But man, I tell you, after that, it's been, man, nightmarish, nightmarish. So I hit the drawing board and I was in the lab, and it felt like a waste of time because had 2K told us, hey, we made some changes to shooting, a lot of us wouldn't feel like it's us out there mistiming our shot. We wouldn't be in the lab. We just wait for 2K to fix it. 2K didn't say anything about the shooting changes, but of course the 2K community jumped on it and they said, we know changes have been made to shooting, including myself. I know changes. What up? What a smart work. We know changes have been made. So I dropped a ton of videos saying changes have been made. So a lot of folks were saying my shooting is fine. A lot of folks were saying, hey, my shooting percentage plummeted in season 4. Confirmation that shooting was indeed changed after the season 4 update. They dropped these patch notes today. Adjusted the shooting model to reduce and I, listen, 2K, stop your finesse. Stop it. Adjusted the shooting model. What the get the hell? You know how when somebody tries to talk smart, you just want to grab their face and mush them somewhere? Like, get the hell out of my face and speak English, trying to finesse me. Stop the nonsense. Adjusted the shooting model. We made changes to shooting, is all you need to say, 2K. Adjusted the shooting model to reduce the frequency of made low percentage shots. What that portion of that first bullet point means is we made changes after the season 4 update where red contests were going in for all the Christmas noobs. That's what I'm going to translate for y'all so y'all understand. There were a ton of Christmas noobs that loaded into 2K with the like after Christmas or whatnot. So they made some changes so that those guys, when they get on and they're brand new to 2K, because most people who play 2K get the game upon its release. The Christmas noobs are like waiting for sales and they got the game just cuz. So 2K wants to make them feel comfortable, give them a little pillow and blanket and let them have a slumber party. So they make red contests go in. That's what that first portion means. And then it says, and missed high percentage shots. Nightmarish. Nightmarish. 92 three ball going 0 for 6 out there, 0 for 7. When you know your jump shot, now you're forced to change, all for the sake of like undermining the 2K player base and just making new players feel more comfortable and not have to meet such a like big learning curve. It's sickening. I appreciate that. Thank you, Blast. What up, y'all? So yeah, the update is live, but that's what the biggest part of this update is the adjustment to shooting, and they're gonna make sure, at least from what they say, we're gonna have to get on out there and test it out. I just downloaded the update right now. So we want to see less red contests going in. We should never see 80% contest and the shot just drops. And high percentage. If you guys don't know what a low percentage shot is, that is shooting a contested shot. It's considered a low percentage shot or bad shot selection. And then a high percentage shot is like shooting a wide open shot, open or wide open shot. High percentage shots will have a bit more grace to go in. I don't know what 2K was thinking, but man, it was wild out there. We don't yet know. I'll be testing out some of them. I'll be going back to my older shots that included the Oscar Robinson, Patch, Marcus Hairston, because I would love to get back to my normal jumper of LaMelo Ball, Oscar Robinson, and whatever. It was usually like Oscar and Kobe, something along those lines. But I would like to get back to using my regular shot that I just felt really good with all year for 2K23. I pre-order 2K every year. I always get it. Yeah, facts. Yeah, a lot of us do. We get it on the first day. So with them changing this, what else they mess up? As we all know, and that's a valid question. As we all know, when 2K touches one thing, 5 other things get jacked up. So you guys could expect an extreme nerf to your finishing. You're gonna miss layups again. Oh lordy, 2K, why'd you do it, 2K? Why'd you do it? Stop touching, man. They did need to touch the game. They did need to fix the game. Fix shooting. Shooting was completely erratic. One of the things that I really liked about 2K23, as I mentioned in previous videos and previous live streams, is when you shot, you felt connected. You felt connected when you caught that rock to when you pulled up and you released it at the peak of the jump shot. It just felt like all the way through. You felt it no matter what. It was just a good feeling. You knew if you released it late prior to it touching the rim and you getting that feedback. You could tell your homies, hey, I shot that late, I held it too long, or hey, I let go early. It's going to be an early shot. After the season 4 update, you did not know. You pulled up, it felt absolutely good. It came back early. The next shot you came down, it felt absolutely good. It came back late. It's like 2K was just purposely trying to confuse us with our jump shots, forcing us into changes, forcing us into microtransactions just to figure out what the hell is going on. Why does 2K announce when they're making changes to shooting, but don't say, hey, we made changes to shooting out there? It may have been a byproduct of them fixing something else because there's something terribly wrong with the coding in 2K. I could go off. Y'all want me to, I could keep going off, yeah. I could keep going off because this is just nonsense that we're experiencing. I'm going back to my old jump shot. Big facts. Yes, I want my old hitters back. I had a jump shot, KD, use the final games. Nice. Why are reverse layups so hard to make this year? And that's a fact, man. You know, the reverse option, maybe in like 2K20 and a bunch of years prior to that as well. The option for reverse dunks, the option for reverse layups was so fluid. It was so easy. It was a great option when driving baseline. In 2K23, you could barely take the baseline because you'll get pushed out of bounds in some goofy animation. So while folks are at the baseline, you got your teammates just ready to hit timeout in case you go into that bump animation that bumps you out of bounds while you're going to take the baseline. And then not to mention, to add insult to injury, you're going to like straight screw up the reverse layup or reverse dunk animation. It's just silly. What up, James Williams? Go off. LaMelo never broken to me, to be honest. I have an 83 3-ball and all bronze and silver shooting badges and shoot 65%. That's what's up, Trey Welch. I wonder if that's Trey. I wonder if that's our homie. I wonder if that's the homie. Nah, I think it was still, but it's all good. Just reset everything back to like it was day one. And there's they needed some minor adjustments. They just needed some minor adjustments from the day one release, like Steals. Steals was overpowered. They needed to just kind of tone it down, the animation of like glitching through a ball handler to get the steal. But I think the offense could have adjusted to that. So some minor adjustments needed to be made after day one, but not these drastic season four update changes that were made to the game that completely threw everybody, caught everybody off guard. Happened to me yesterday. They push you out of bounds. Yeah, I'm not tripping. Yeah, you need acrobat. I've always have acrobat at super high levels, and it does allow me to make some layups. But even with acrobat at the highest level, now acrobatic layups are overpowered, right? We know that they've been overpowered in 2K23. But we're talking about the reverse option, how smooth it was in previous versions of 2K. Just the option to have that in your bag. Like if I beat this man, he's trailing behind me, I'm at the baseline, a reverse dunk is going to kill everything. But that option, it doesn't flow as smooth and seamless as it used to in previous versions of 2K. I like Steph Curry base better than LaMelo. Yeah, Steph Curry base is a good base. I have Acro on go with the 85 lay and Circus equipped, missing wide open, uncontested layups. Well, go with Jelly. Take off Circus, go with Jelly. They also need to get rid of these season. I miss. Yeah. So I was going to drop a video on that soon as well. Some things that need to change for 2K, for the player base. Ease of access. We need ease of access. Get rid of the city. Bring it back to normal. Get us back to the reasons we loved loading up 2K. So I am going to drop a video so we could talk about it, and we'll go live to talk some more with y'all about it. 2K does this stupid crap with the updates because they have no competition. Yeah, it's facts. Andrew Walker, yeah, that's facts. We talk about that often, and there's reasons why there isn't competition. Bobby Gilmore, AC, what are your thoughts on Mike Wayne's comments regarding timing impact? Yeah, I was thinking about making a video about that. That was going to be today's video on timing impact, which is completely goofy. I got to tell you guys, I think I have it. I think I have his, let me see if I could pull it up. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I could pull up the timing impact, because those are, right now we're looking at the patch notes as regards to gameplay. And mind you, these patch notes were pretty long, and there was only 3 bullet points for gameplay. I just wanted to make note of that. Let me put up a different image, matter of fact, and I'm gonna pull up the timing impact response that Mike Wang had, because it's gonna throw y'all for a loop. And I wanted to discuss it. I'm gonna make a video about it. Timing impact. Okay. Let me just add this joint in real quick so we have something else to talk about. I think this is the one right here. I'm pretty sure this is it. Yeah, timing impact. Okay, we'll get that. So I'm going to get rid of the patch notes for a second, just so we could talk about timing impact and what Mike Wang had to say about timing impact. You got to take a deep breath, because it's going to be hard to understand this stuff, y'all. It's going to be hard. And I'm going to break it down. We're going to break this down because there could be things that are lost in translation here. Good morning, Charles. What up, Pancho? No current gen patch yet. It should be next week, the current gen patch. Zidan Dada. The importance of timing impact can vary widely from player to player based on their consistency. Moment of silence. If a player is very streaky with their shot timing, they could actually see slightly better results with an F grade over. If a player is very streaky with their shot timing, they could actually see slightly better results with an F grade for your timing impact over an A grade. Make it make sense, 2K. Make it make sense, Mike Wang. How is A is always universally throughout our upbringing, through our schooling, A is always better than F. Why does 2K think they'll flip this whole concept on its head? First of all year I've been running with a low timing impact. I told you guys about this all year. That was one of the first things we tested out was timing impact. We went from a super high grade to a super low grade. We saw absolutely no difference. In my opinion, my theory on what timing impact was is that if you have a higher timing impact grade, then you have a bit more grace to mistime your shot. That was my thought process. It made sense. I thought, hey, that's what it is. Mike Wang says if a player is very streaky with their shot timing, they could actually see, and I don't know what he's referring to. I don't know what he's referring to with streaky. I think that's the key word here. If a player is very streaky, I guess we need to know what Mike Wang defines streaky. I imagine he's referring to somebody who doesn't yet fully know their shot timing. If they're very streaky with their shot timing, they could actually see slightly better results with an F graded shot over an A. What does streaky mean? This is the finesse that 2K has out there. The streaky mean, oh, he's streaking with his shot. He's hitting hella shots consistently. Or the streaky mean he doesn't know his shot timing too well. What does that mean? So we don't yet know exactly what he's referring to in there, but it seems like we're in the upside down. For Mike Wang to release this is about 10 days ago that he released this. We should have had an understanding, especially with a new mechanic incorporated into 2K, like these new categories of, your shot speed, shot release, defensive immunity, and shot timing impact, and your timing impact for each custom jump shot. We should have known what we're applying these things for, not 4 seasons in. It is not when the development team talks about one of the biggest additions to 2K in regards to custom jump shots. We find out later that if you're streaky with your shot timing, you can see better results with an F grade over an A. I believe if you have an A grade and you know your shot timing, you should have the best results. And even with an A grade, it shouldn't hurt you. You shouldn't see better results with an F grade. That makes no sense. Am I streaky? I think he means someone who is hot or cold, on and off. One game hits, next game doesn't. So yeah, inconsistent with your shot timing. Somebody who's inconsistent with their shot timing. That's what I was taking it as well, Mr. O. That's what it sounds like to me. So they're saying if you are inconsistent with your shot timing, then go choose an F grade. Is that what he's saying? You just change your jumper and now it's money. Yes. Yeah, you're going to have to check now. You're going to have to check what it looks like now. So that was his thoughts on timing, impact, and like I said, it's like we're in the upside down. Mike, are you purposely trying to confuse us? Is this what's happening? Are you purposely trying to confuse us? If you have an F timing impact, it should also impact your matchmaking because now it can be used as an advantage for some. The shooting rep should be skewed a bit for better shooters. That's AO fresh. I tried meter in my car. I missed every green. I don't use meter. Yeah, facts. I switched my jump shot to Tobias Harris and I got my percentage up to 63. Finally, I'm greening again. Mamba 24. Yeah, I appreciate you. You must have hopefully you saw that video. But yeah, Tobias Harris is a golden jump shot. I'm hoping after this new shooting update that we can go back to LaMelo Ball because that's my favorite jump shot. Sounds like F grade is more forgiving on timing it. Facts. That's what it sounds like, which is upside down to me. I thought, and I was thinking this whole time, although I never focused on shot timing, but I've always used lower grades all year. C minus, even a D, jump shot with a D grade. I never focused on timing impact. And I was thinking the lower the grade means that you know your timing. So it's irrelevant if you know your timing. The higher the grade, you get more grace to mistime your shot, especially for point guards who have like shot timing fluctuations happening depending on their stamina and where the defender is in proximity to their shot. But just backwards, and they might patch it again. Yeah, can we talk about it? Is this a finesse from 2K? Why does 2K announce the changes in patch notes, but why don't we receive patch notes that say they made some adjustments to shooting when the actual huge biggest change happened in the first place after the season 4 update. Why wasn't that incorporated into there? Why do we only got 3 bullet points for gameplay? Gameplay is always like the smallest section of the patch notes. We get a whole list of like player face updates and court updates, like the different courts for different teams. But for the things that really affect us as players, the things that affect the player base, 3 bullet points, and you good money. You're on your way. Good old 2K logic. What's a good base for 610 current gen? I'm not exactly sure what 610s get, but I dropped a video 2 days ago, and I know for a 7-footer, I got a jump shot out there. I put a jump shot for a 7-footer and some good jump shots. If you got Tobias Harris, you may want to consider that. What up, Keep Cos? Straight up speaking facts. Appreciate that, man. Someone told me F grade a week or 2 ago, but I'm a good shooter and then it worked for me. Yeah. Can you go test this theory out? There's really nothing to test out. You know, I try not to dive down the rabbit hole that is 2K. I try not to just go full in dolphin dive into the rabbit hole that is 2K, because 2K will take you down, and when you think you got it, like as soon as you get to, you're diving deep. And as soon as you get to it, hold on. Yeah, as soon as you get to it, 2K just changes it. So, and there's part of the finesse. 2K will consistently just change anything you're striving for. This is why I say you can't, like, I try to tell you guys, and you guys just don't believe me. And I gave you guys fair warning. And I'm going to tell you I'm going to try, and I'm not one to talk to you guys, but there's somewhere, hey, y'all gotta hear this. This is really, really important. Right behind this little plate right here, this little plate on your controller, no matter what controller you have, whether you're on Xbox, there's a Smilometer. Little camera that tracks whether or not you're happy. It tracks your emotions, and it tracks whether or not you're smiling. If you're smiling and happy playing 2K, trust and believe is going to track down what you're happy about and change it on you. I try to tell you guys ain't listening to me. The Smilometer is there. That's why I say whenever you're playing 2K, straight face gang. Whatever you need to do, if you need to just whoop, straight face. If you're happy, you hit that jump shot, yo, green, you're happy, you're excited, straight face. Switch it up ASAP. If you want to save your jump shot, make sure your jump shot is patch proof, because 2K does not like players being happy. They do not like players being happy. I don't get what these changes would be about. It makes no sense. Whenever we feel like something is amazing, that's exactly what 2K targets and changes. At least that's what it feels like. And there's not a hate 2K stream, because I love 2K and I love playing the game and I love building a sense of community here with you guys. I love what they do for us. But man, the changes be extremely, extremely frustrating. And I hate, especially being a veteran of the game, that's like saying Michael Jordan is going to have to spend 2 hours in the lab before he goes out and plays a fun rec game. Michael Jordan not finna. A 20-year veteran of the franchise should not have to be hitting the lab for 2 hours halfway through the game. We know this game. Makes no sense. So, it gets frustrating that 3-4 seasons in, I have to go to the lab and find a new jump shot, then go test it out and brick for like 2 games, like looking like a goofy out there. Luckily I don't have a big ego personally, because I run with folks and I'm just like, it is what it is, bro. I'm just missing right now. It just is what it is. But also, luckily, I save all my clips, a lot of clips, to showcase what I was doing prior to these changes. You can't get too comfortable out there. David Robinson base, release Giannis, and Joel Embiid. I got it from 2K Last. That's what's up, Charles Penley. Yeah, the Smilometer. You watched that Smilometer. Yeah, I watched that Smilometer. And some of you guys got the mustaches with the curls. So especially for you folks that got the mustache that has the curl at the end, like Mario or Luigi, if you got that Mario or Luigi curl, you got to be extra cautious, because That Smilometer on your controller, like I mentioned before, is right behind this plate. Don't go breaking your controller, please, to try to remove the Smilometer. Don't go doing that because these controllers are really expensive. So don't try to rip this open and try to find the Smilometer. 2K hit it very well. But if you got that Mario Luigi smile, it kind of confuses it. So you might want to trim that joint down a little bit because it confuses it to be a smile. So take that into consideration too. I know a lot of you guys are sporting that new stash. So yeah, my shooting has been so bad lately. I got dropped. I get it, Lil D. I get it. It's crazy. I was wide open for an acrobat layup with it on silver and cost my team the game because I took a reverse layup wide. Yeah, yeah, reverse layups. We learn these things early. So when we get on the game, maybe you guys are fairly new to the game, but when we get on the game, because we've been playing it for so many different years and seeing all the different changes, this year we noticed that straight acrobat layups are overpowered. Reverse acrobat layups, not so much. So the reverse option was somewhat eliminated from 2K. It wasn't nearly as effective as we've seen it in previous versions. And we learned that early, while we're playing it either live or offline. We're like, okay, that's not an option. It just is what it is. The baseline in general is barely an option on 2K23 when the baseline has been such a powerful option in previous versions of 2K. So is the gameplay in Rec based on 2K itself or the Wi-Fi? So your gameplay on any game, first I say on any game, especially game that requires a good amount of precision, you don't want to be playing on your Wi-Fi. Point blank, period. Take a Ethernet cord, plug that joint directly from your modem and put it into your PlayStation or your little Wi-Fi thing, your router. But you want to wire up. Wiring is going to give you the best response. Wi-Fi is subject to bandwidth. Keep that in mind, y'all. I know a lot of people are like, well, I paid for this amount, so I should be, nah. You got a certain amount of bandwidth. So if you got folks in your house streaming Netflix or, multiple people streaming Netflix, trying to Netflix and chill while you're playing 2K, you want to take into consideration the bandwidth that you have with your service. So, because if there's a lot of people doing a lot of different things on your service, then that limits the bandwidth that you have to play in the game. Just think about it like water flowing through a tube, and as more people are logging on, more water is flowing through the tube, so it tightens everything up. So that's how you'll look at bandwidth. Wi-Fi is subject to things like your cell phone. If your cell phone is in the vicinity, it could kind of disrupt your connection with the game in regards to Wi-Fi. There's too many variables in regards to just playing on Wi-Fi. So keep that in mind too. I like the Kevin Durant base. I was able to find a good jump shot with the Kevin Durant base. I like Tobias Harris better, but I did enjoy the Kevin Durant base. I had something weird happen, 42% to level 39. Red game got 23K, and it took me all the way to level 39. Oh, that's interesting. That's Mamba 24. If you paid your 1G, your Wi-Fi test will show you might be at 500 minutes if you're lucky. I can hit 40 every season. I do a level a day, maybe more when I'm not busy. But who wants to grind when the rewards are horrible? And I come from an era where rewards were irrelevant. Like, we didn't even have the option to get rewards. What you only got was a Christmas sweater. When I was hitting Legend throughout these years, you paid for your mascot when you hit that. I forgot what level it was at, Superstar 3 or something like that. You paid for your mascot, and all you got was a Christmas. Yeah, the patch was today. I just checked before I started this live stream to see if there was an update, and indeed there was. So even as I started this live stream, my PlayStation was still updating. Appreciate you, Brian. Shaking bro, Kevin Durant is inconsistent for me. Yeah, so I didn't stick with Kevin Durant too long. I made a video on it just to share with you guys because, mind you, I was shooting terrible with LaMelo Ball. Absolutely horrendous 2 weeks after the Season 4 update. It just collapsed on me. So every game I was out there wide open, missing. So just to be able to hit fairly decent, I had to cycle through a ton of different jump shots. I got to Kevin Durant, bam. All right, we out there. Now we're at least hitting our wide open shots. So you kind of just go back to the drawing board, start with the basics. So you're not looking for meta jump shots. You just start with the basics. You kind of reset everything. Let me get back to hitting consistent out there. So Kevin Durant took me one step in that direction. And then I went to Tobias Harris, and that took me the next step, where it was just like, all right, now I could shoot with somebody closing out on me. Something along those lines. I could bet my new jump shot is nerfed again. Looks like a large update. And mine was like 2.5 gigs, something like that. Yeah, I tried Kuzma. I couldn't work with Kuzma, but I did try it. So some big changes, man. Some big changes to look forward to. I might get on the game. We might host tryouts today. If you guys are interested in tryouts, I'm thinking of doing it today. And you want to get a badge by your name, this Lunatics badge by your name, and join an exclusive chat of verified players within our Discord. 25,000 members in our Discord. If you're looking for players to run with, join our Discord. Type !Discord in this live stream chat. The link will pop up. You're welcome to join our Discord and try out. Yeah, it's due time, man. It's due time. We needed these changes to happen. I'm grateful that 2K is addressing shooting. I think it needed to happen, but then that just brings up a ton more questions as to why shooting was touched in the first place. So that's how I kind of feel about this new update. See, and it's crazy you said that, because I thought the same thing, but since the season 4, it seems like my gameplay is better when I don't use my Ethernet cord, even in my semi-truck. When in any game, in my opinion at least, and I don't know how many could agree with this, in any online game, your experience on that game should always be better running through a line connection like an Ethernet cord. That's my thoughts on it. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but yeah, any game. Yeah, so Big Drew, we talked about that. I brought up exactly what I was gonna make a video on it today. I brought up exactly what Mike Wang said about timing impact, and it just seems backwards. If you're inconsistent with the timing on your jump shot, then maybe you should go with a lower grade, which is like being in the upside down. This is what Mike Wang had to say. I don't understand how that makes sense to Mike Wang, but maybe they just look at everything backwards. Maybe they were developing the game through a mirror. I have no idea, but it's just backwards. No way should an A be better than an F. If you're not inconsistent with your jump shot and you have an A grade for your timing impact, you should definitely not be penalized for it. How does that make sense? Just broken. Ethernet can the frequencies from other connections in your area. Thank you, Kai. Thank you for clearing that up. So that's exactly what I was referring to in regards to Ethernet versus Wi-Fi. Ethernet completely mitigates the frequencies from other connections in your area. So that's the best way to put it. What up, Soul? What's good? I hope your day is going well too. Good point. The shooting grade mean the opposite. An A means there is a little room for error, or does an A grade mean it's a bigger window for error? I thought the A grade meant that it's they offering you a bit more grace for those folks who don't really know their jump shot, which makes sense to most of us. We say, well, if you're considering just the phrase alone, timing impact, well, let me shoot for an A because I'm practicing a new jump shot. I don't know the jump shot. Let me make sure this joint is an A plus. So 2K will give me a bit more grace when I'm shooting the rock. But 2K said, no. If you don't know your jump shot, make your timing impact an F. If you're inconsistent, choose F. You can't make this up. Like, you just can't make this up. Am I tripping, Mez? Am I tripping? Nah, this update was for next gen. Current gen is next week. So what we're talking about is the patch notes for the new update, y'all. Let me timing impact patch notes. Alrighty. Where are my patch notes? Am I tripping? Why aren't my patch notes showing? All right, let's see if we could bring that up. I don't know what that was about. Oh, I had it off. I had it off. That's what it was. All right, there we go. Patch notes. Man, when did they say about the timing impact? That was about 10 days ago. Was about timing impact. It was on the 2K Reddit. The game is built to produce participation and revenue to keep the young demographic on the game. Young, immature folks who could care less about these important concerns. And, from a business perspective, yeah, I think 2K is trying to balance out between the younger demographic and the older demographic because, and I think it's a balance like right in the middle, 18 to 24 or something like that, that 2K wants to target as their demographic. A young mind that's out there working, a young mind that's in the workforce getting money in. Like they're not trying to target little Timmy because he has to still go ask his parents to make this purchase so it could go ahead. There's still like a barrier there in regards to making the purchase. So 18 to 24, folks ages 18 to 24 are more inclined to have that job, have their card locked in, and they could instantly purchase VC. So I think that will more than likely be their demographic because they want folks that spend money. Mike Wang said timing impact is basically like using real player percentage. Well, he was referencing that in regards to my NBA, and he referenced this once before a while back, maybe months ago. But it was like 1 month after the release of the game. Somebody had asked about it in my NBA, and he made that explanation with the real player percentage and timing impact when you're adjusting sliders. He made the same reference. Yo, City, you need to replace Mike Wang. Hell nah. I don't deny how important development team is to 2K. It's just sometimes they make really poor decisions. They just make really poor decisions. And it's like some of these decisions that they make is just like, come on, homie. It's like, this just sucks, man. It's like, come on, you should know better than that. We're 20 years in. It's like, come on, don't make that change. You didn't compete. No, we didn't compete. It'd be a conflict of interest having our team compete in the tournament. Would this mean Oscar Robinson might be simply orthodox? I'll put it to the test, and I'll definitely drop a video about it. Is Oscar Robinson back? We'll probably put it to the test today to see if Oscar Robinson is back. I'm going to go with LaMelo Ball and Oscar Robinson so I can test both of them together. And I'll definitely keep you guys. Dime work in the building. Is that the real dime work? Is that dime work? Dime work? I think it's because if your timing is inconsistent, you get penalized more for bad timing with a high timing impact. So you get less of a penalty for bad timing with an F grade. Thank you for clearing that up, Dime work, but still in the upside down out here. I am still in the upside down. Make it make sense. I get it. I get the concept behind it. But you can't flip something that we know to be like A and F. Simple things. A is always better than F. So we can't flip that on its head in regards to timing impact when every other category having a higher grade means better. In no other category do you set your like shot speed to an F. Go ahead and set your shot speed to an F and see what happens out there, y'all. So I get it. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's really frustrating that we have to even think this deep into it. And the reason why we're thinking this deep is because there's no full-on explanation. Why couldn't there be a little note like what Dimework just mentioned right when you're going to select your timing impact. Just a little note when you hover over it. I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy right now, right? And I love the game, by the way. And do me a favor, y'all. If y'all got a second, do me a favor, real quick, because we could get to 200 subscribers on our second channel. I just started my second channel. It's not that one. It's yeah, here we go. I just started my second channel. You could type exclamation point and the number 2 in the live stream chat. It'll bring up a link to my second channel. If you guys could help us get that channel off the ground. I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy right now. Amazing game. I love it. But what I'm referring to in regards to that developer and 2K is when you have like a new skill, they give you a little like video depicting exactly what that new skill is with a quick like reference to say what the new skill is and how to activate it and what it does. And a lot of games do this. So I was thinking, like, why doesn't 2K do that? Especially with a new mechanic that changes shooting, like timing impact and the 3 other categories involved with your custom jump shot. Why not have something that kind of says, well, this is what it is? Somewhat like badge descriptions. This is what it does. And there shouldn't be any like misconceptions in that description. We shouldn't be able to develop any misconceptions from reading that description. There needs to be a little bit more effort from 2K to allow more ease of access and understanding from the player base to just understand the game that's in front of us. It's todo, yes, appreciate it. What up, Jay? What's good? Hey, thank you guys so much for considering subscribing to my second channel. I'm going to drop another video on it today. I'm trying to gather a bunch of content from Hogwarts and I am loving it. So it's hard because I am completely immersed in the game, but I need to make content in the game. So it's tough, but I'm going to do my best to make that happen and go live. I will be going live on that second channel. Type exclamation point and the number 2 for that channel to come up, the link. I had to swap it out, but considering Oscar again, yeah, I'm going to check it out. Dynework said, yeah, they could definitely do more when it comes to explaining things. They took a step in the right direction with the attribute descriptions. Yeah, facts. And, you know, I appreciate someone who leaves constructive criticism, but understands from the player base that there needs to be more ease of access. We need to have better understanding. And like for instance, yeah, I'll give you guys a perfect instance. 2K introduced the shading system. You guys work with me on this one. 2K introduces the shading system, which is an old mechanic that used to be in 2K before. I think it was 2K19 that they first released it. It failed terribly before. And I mentioned this in a video and before the game even dropped. I said this was already in the game. 2K brings it back in the game. So I said, if they're going to give this a second shot, then that shading system, that means that they dove back into it. They didn't just take the broken mechanic from before and reapply it to another year, right? Nah, that didn't happen from 2K. Nah, they wouldn't do that. Sure enough, 2K reintroduces the shading system, like markets it as a new mechanic. They didn't say we're bringing back an old mechanic that has been reworked. Introduces the shading system. The shading system is supposed to tell the ball handler where defenders are, and defenders get to see on that shading system. Well, if it turns red and the ball handler actually crosses over to the defender where it's red, the defender should have more opportunity to steal the rock. It's just not the case. Another year for a broken mechanic. But I feel like we're getting finessed in certain ways where a new mechanic or seemingly new mechanic is incorporated back into the game, and we're thinking, well, 2K has a slight bit of integrity. Let's give them a shot. And so sure enough, in regards to the shading system, I gave him a shot and said, well, let's see what happens. Shading system completely broken. And the reason why you can't touch something like steals, or at least make sure that it's good, a good mechanic, the steal attribute, steal mechanic in the game, That needs to be good because it's tied into this new mechanic called the shading system, which is supposed to tell the ball handler, hey, don't go that way. The defender's that way. And it's supposed to tell the defense, hey, if he continues to come that way, this is my steal. The shading system said it. So there was so much tied into it, but 2K is just throwing them out there without making sure they're properly implemented into the game. And that's where us, as gamers start to feel a little bit finessed, start to feel a lack of trust for some of the things that 2K heavily invests in marketing. And that's what I don't like about that stuff. I'm glad you did. Well, yesterday I was on my stretch. Definitely felt shot timing felt smoother and less jumpy at the top. And that's Jay Thunderflow made a good point. Jay Thunderflow made a good point because that's how it kind of felt. There was a smooth range of motion prior to the Season 4 update. When you're shooting the rock at its peak, you felt the release follow through. Everything felt smooth. After the Season 4 update, it kind of felt like there was a hitch to it. Every single jump shot felt like it had a hitch to it. At least that's what I was experiencing. Where when you're in that moment, when you're about to release, you feel you're at your peak. You feel this is the proper time to release. There was this weird little hitch that constantly changed the release timing, where you'll get an early and a late, and there really wasn't any in-betweens. And when you have a higher three ball, it's especially frustrating, especially when you have hundreds upon hundreds of clips showcasing all the greens you hit prior to the update. Yeah, so I was reverting back. I was going back to the old gameplay, looking at how smooth my jump shot was, and then putting clips side by side to show the differences in the actual animation playing out. Night and day. Also feel some defensive badge have been more responsive than others, in contrast to some shooting badges like Deadeye that rarely works. I think elite shooters are going to shoot. We've seen elite shooters out there. 2K has always favored shooting. I think this is the year by far that they've done the most damage to shooting and making it the most difficult for shooters out there. So there's every year, every single year prior to this year, the player base was flooded with point guards. And I know this year we have point guard builds, but people are making point guard builds to play like a wing, or, they're playing different positions at the point guard build. We're talking about primary ball handler builds has always been flooded in 2K games. This year, not so much. It's never been an issue finding point guards on 2K games. They were always flooded out there. Primary ball handlers always flooded out there. This year, negative, Kochi. Them guys are all in hibernation, taking the year off. This is too difficult. They talking about shot timing fluctuations. I ain't with it, Kochi. I'm used to being a dog out there. Negative, Kochi. It's not happening, man. So I think this year, in regards to changing up the game completely, they took like a crazy step in that direction, like a really wide, like long leap in that direction to say, slow down, point guards. People make point guard builds not because they actually point guards, but so they can get the ball more. Yeah, and it makes it easier. Yeah, it makes it easier for you running my career, for you to get the ball. What up, King Reese? What's good, man? Xbox New Gen Lunatic here. I always catch your streams while I'm at work. I rock with your content, bro, and the community. Salute to you, King Reese. Appreciate that, man. Do me a favor, y'all. If y'all got 1 second, somebody type exclamation point and the number 2. Big Heck, what up, man? And the number 2, exclamation point 2. Exclamation point, the number 2. Brings up my second channel. Help get us to 200 subscribers. I'm going to be going live on that channel playing a ton of different games. It's time to expand our library. It's time to expand our gaming experience. And, these are games that I use for myself, especially when I'm frustrated with 2K. This is my zen. I go off to different games like Elden Ring when I was playing Elden Ring, Zelda Breath of the Wild when I was playing that. That was what I was doing offline, and that was my getaway. Well, now I'm bringing my getaway to you guys here at All City 2 on our second channel. But all you need to do to bring up the link is type exclamation point and the number 2. You could help us get to 200 subscribers. I would really, really appreciate that, man. Both of my bills 99 overall with all badges. RV, what up, man? I hope you good. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love, man. We are out here. 197 in the chat. Shooting changes, man. Shooting changes. 3 bullet points in the most important part of the patch notes recently released by 2K. The only bullet point that's even relevant to our gameplay for the most part is the top bullet point saying adjusted the shooting model to reduce the frequency of made low percentage shots. In English, that's translated to no more red contests. That's just basic English for you guys. This is Greek, what 2K likes to type in. And they could be, they know how to be simple, like many, many more fixes like they used to do. They'll put a whole bullet point saying, and many, many more fixes. So they know how to be simple. They know how to keep it simple. In this particular patch notes, adjusted the shooting model to reduce the frequency of made low percentage shots. We're lowering how much or how often red contests go in. That's what that means. And missed high percentage shots. Now when you're wide open, your shot will go in. So if you guys ever have trouble understanding 2K and whatever language they're choosing to confuse you on any particular day with any particular patch notes, come here to the live stream whenever patch notes drop, because I'll definitely break it down for you guys. I'll help you guys understand. And remember, no smiles. If you wanna remain patch proof, if you wanna like finish well and make sure your finishing doesn't get patched, if you wanna shoot well and make sure your shooting doesn't get patched, if you wanna have really good interior defense and make sure your interior defense doesn't get patched on your particular builds, yeah, no smiles when you play 2K. I know a lot of us are like inclined to feel good when we block a shot, or when we hit a limitless range 3, or when we contact dunk on somebody. I know naturally we want to feel happy about that. No smiles. If you feel a little bit of happiness, you run the risk of getting your build patched. So straight face gang, when you're playing, if you, damn, I hit that joint from Limitless. Yo, you saw that? Damn, I just bodied them. And you get that smile. Like whether you got to turn around or turn away from the Smilometer on your controller, whatever you need to do, just, it's going to be, you know, you got to just keep it like that, because there's something in 2K that don't like players smiling and being happy out there. Straight face gang, y'all, just keep that in mind. You heard it here first. Don't go breaking your controllers trying to find the Smilometer. Trust me, you don't want to do that. Those controllers cost a lot. Just keep it straight face, man. Straight face gang. God of War is good. I have next gen though. Kawhi Leonard released one. Wow. Take a bad or tightly contested shot, it will not drop. Go figure. Well, a bad shot should be considered a bad shot. We got to respect the defense out there. And the problem that I have, especially with the Season 4 update, is that prior to the Season 4 update, you were able to quickly learn what was considered a bad shot. So in every 2K, even if I'm not playing on ball, when I see somebody's shot selection, I know if it's going to be off. And a good amount of us veterans know this already that play the game. Oh, that's off. We good. Bad shot. He took a bad shot. Let's get that board. ASAP. You know, that's what you hear. Get that board. After the Season 4 update, you just weren't sure. You just wasn't sure if that bad shot selection was going to be rewarded by 2K, and vice versa. If it was wide open, you wasn't sure if it was dropping. Prior to Season 4 update, you knew it was a bad shot. You knew it wasn't dropping. That's prior to the Season 4 update. If the dude's wide open, they were more than likely hitting. If they were on 2K for maybe 2 weeks, they were more than likely hitting. I brought out every single build this year. Brand new. No my career grinding. Every single build I created this year, right to the wreck. Get them to 90, right to the wreck. Got the live late city. What up, Make Funny? What's good, man? I appreciate it. Yeah, 2K don't like joy. So updating current gen in a week isn't bad. Well, I don't play current gen, so it's irrelevant if they get an update. But I get it. Some folks weren't able to get the PS5. It's irrelevant to me if whether current gen gets an update. But yeah, they said like next week. They should, they should be updated at the same time. But maybe that's the little incentive that next gen gets, and I don't mind that. Yeah, especially these defenders running Hall of Fame Challenger. Facts. Respect the defense. You want your defenders when they're playing the top to be respected. Defense is an integral part of the game, yeah. So I'm just saying, hey, 2K, give us consistency so we know what's a bad shot and that doesn't change. Give us consistency so 3 seconds is 3 seconds, not one play is 24 seconds in the paint and then the next play is 2 seconds in the paint and you're getting called. We need more consistency so that way the player base can adapt to the game that's in front of them. And the 2K player base is some of them, it's like the most loyal intellectual player base that I've seen out there. They're gonna learn the game. Like, well, this is why no changes can be made without folks calling it out. They're gonna know they're tied to the game. So all we need is consistency so that we can continue learning and adapting and getting better at our craft. It's hard to get better at a craft when the craft continues to change and evolve. And this is not evolution. And that's the problem too that I have, is that these changes are not evolution. It's like changes for the sake of things being changed. If it was evolution, then we'll know what to tap into and see a trend of evolution and where it's evolving to so we can get a step ahead of the ball. 2K is not evolving. It's just making changes for the sake of making changes, like they did with these shooting changes that folks were hella reluctant to admit even happened in the first place. The second that I noticed the shooting changes, I made videos on it. We talked about it in the live stream, and we got to folks just kept flooding. My shooting percentage plummeted. I can't shoot. Boom, boom, boom. And then some folks were like, I'm shooting fine. And I'm like, homie, I mean, I get y'all shooting fine, but for me, it was impossible. There was obviously a shooting change. 2K confirms it with these patch notes, saying that they adjusted the shooting model to reduce the frequency of made low percentage shot, which in turn says they made a change to increase the frequency of made low percentage shots and missed high percentage shots, which means they reduced the frequency of high percentage shots. Is that not facts? When nobody noticed anything to shooting, it was just a learning curve that had to be met. Because those are facts. You just had to meet a learning curve, and as soon as you met that learning curve, you were shooting fine. All 3 seasons. As soon as you try to get out of the paint, that's when 2K call it. Y'all, I only speak this stuff. Y'all, I appreciate you, Brother Marcus. I only speak this, Rod Calloway. We try, You could tell from the way I'm speaking that I'm not just speaking to speak. I'm not just speaking to hate 2K because it's never going to happen. I'm never going to hate 2K. I'm going to hate some of the things that they do. So this is never going to turn into a hate 2K channel. You guys know how happy I am when the gameplay is so good. And I preach like in the beginning of the year, preaching, oh my God, I'm so happy. It's such a good game. But because I'm a player first, you guys get a real player talking about his experience on the game. And then I get the additional benefit of connecting with a ton of other folks, like our Discord community, 25,000 deep, always sharing feedback about their experience in the game. If you guys are having trouble, out there finding players to run with, or you're just tired of running with randoms, join us in our Discord community. we're working really hard to make sure that our Discord community uh, gets an opportunity to enhance their experience on 2K. We're doing our best to create events, tournaments, bring the community together. Type exclamation point Discord if you would like to join. Tired of running with randoms? Join Discord, man. I hate these 6ix9ine in and out builds. They do too much. I'm biased. I like 6ix9ine builds. I'm biased. Running right here where our stimulus VC. I went from dropping 38 points in rack in 2K21 to 10 points a game in 2K23. It's a different game, y'all. It's a different game. What up, Angel? I don't have Xbox, Jamal, but our Discord community is not built for PlayStation. Don't think that our Discord community is me. We have a management team, which you'll see with the all city names. A management team who helps to run our Discord. And we also have community for your respective platforms. So we're growing our Xbox community with tournaments and things to help bring the Xbox community out in our Discord. Yeah, 2K21 was the absolute worst 2K for me. I deleted the game. Don't get me wrong, I was killing. I had that 6A build. I was killing in it in 2K21, but it's the only game that I completely deleted off my system. It's the only 2K that I completely deleted off my system and took the whole time off. I said, nah, this is just more goofy than ever. What up, Brandon? I'm about to pop out on the PS5 part. Yeah, I get it. 6ix9ine should not get Hall of Fame. Quick first step. What up, Real Mister? It was good. Rick Bass OG out there. I could tell a big difference last night with my jump shot. I like the update. There you go. So it's confirmed, man. These changes have been made. Actually, I noticed the update for me this morning. But yeah, the changes have been made, and folks are already, the good majority of the folks are saying that they appreciate these changes that have been made. Oh, man, just a beautiful thing. 225 in the chat. If you guys are new, you're just joining, the most important part of the patch notes for the most recent update on 2K23 is this gameplay portion, and there's only one bullet point that's really relevant to our online gameplay. That's the top bullet point, and it says adjusted the shooting model to reduce the frequency of made low percentage shots. And in English, that's translated to you guys will see less contested shots out there. So those red contested shots, the frequency of those shots going in has been lowered. And missed high percentage shots, if you guys don't know what that means, now when you're open or wide open, there's a greater chance for that shot to drop. I wish 2K would just talk English with us and stop trying to finesse us. That should be in that bullet point should be in bold, all caps, and should be as simple as possible. Your rec, we lowered how often red contests will go in. We raised how often open or wide open shots go in bold, caps, all of that. Because that's a huge game changer, just like they changed the game with the Season 4 update. They don't acknowledge that they changed the game, but they are acknowledging that they're reverting things back. You know how when someone, like, do we commend in your daily life? You know how you have some slickos? That's the only word that's the only like old head term I could come up with. Those hustlers, those slick type of dudes, who try to create a problem in your life. And I'm just speaking in general terms. Have you ever come across dudes that just try to create problems for the sake of putting on a cape to come and fix the problem? But they don't want nobody to know that they created the problem, so they put their cape on. You know, it's like the worst type of dudes. Try to finesse you into believing that they fixed the problem. And I personally don't like folks trying to get over on me. I've never been with that. But you know those type of dudes, IRL, like, that's what 2K did here. because they didn't announce the changes that were made to the season 4 update in regards to shooting, but they surely did put on the cape, their 2K cape, and make it the first bullet point in the gameplay portion of the most recent patch notes and say that we fixed shooting. Yeah, and then helping you look for it. Exactly, real mister. Exactly. That's like someone stealing your money and then trying to help you look for it. You already know what I'm talking about. You already know what I'm talking about. Does anyone else think offensive 3 seconds violation is delayed? Oh, hell yeah, we was talking about that, Max. Offensive 3 seconds is like non-existent, yeah. That joint is that joint is 24 seconds delayed. What don't 2K get right? They know defensive 3 seconds with no problem. But offensive 3 seconds, they just can't seem to get that right. Why is that? What is that about? It'll make things so much easier if 2K honored the 3-second rule, in my opinion. It'll make gameplay so much smoother. It'll make everything so much easier. The reason why you guys see that this banner up on the screen here is because this is my second channel, y'all. And if you guys could take a second and type !2, the number 2, it'll bring up the link to my second channel. If you would consider subscribing to that second channel and help us get that channel off the ground, help us hit 200 subscribers, I would definitely appreciate that, man. It'll mean the world to me because I really want to play and expand our gaming library, and I can't do that without you guys. So if it's possible for you to take a second, go to that second channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to upload content and go live on that channel daily as well. We're just going to expand our gaming library, playing your favorite games, playing my favorite games, bringing my outlet to you guys live is my goal here. So that way, when I'm playing my the games that I normally play for relaxation to get away from all that stuff, now I can connect with you guys while I'm doing it. So yeah, if you can take a second, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you, y'all. Wow, I see all those exclamation point number 2s. That's super dope. I appreciate y'all doing that. I double checked it, bro. I'm sub. Thank you, real mister. Appreciate y'all, man. Salute to y'all. Salute to y'all. I'm gonna be in our Discord today. Hopefully, spend some time doing some tryouts today. If you guys don't know, I'm gonna put this down too. I might spend some time doing tryouts. If you guys would like to try out for the Lunatics, it's a group of verified players that we deem have good IQ or good enough IQ. So this way you're not getting that random experience. The chat is extremely active and they're always running each day. They're always running Gathering 5 from this group that we put together. You'll get this badge by your name so that everybody in our community knows you have been verified. Come on out. We'd love to have you. Type !Discord and the link will pop up. And when I send out the message, come on and join the tryouts. I might do that today. I got to get this video done on the second channel and maybe even consider going live on the second channel playing Hogwarts Legacy. You see the smile on my face? You see, Hogwarts doesn't have a Smilometer. You could smile all day playing Hogwarts and nothing will change in your gameplay. They're not going to patch your wand. Pause. But at least you know that there's appreciate the subs. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. The vibe always real and genuine. Keep the fire content going and dropping the knowledge. Salute to you too. Salute to you too. Appreciate the sub. Thank you. Thank you, y'all. I'm trying to hoop with you, bro. Yeah, come on out. Come on out, man. If, I personally only run with the Lunatics unless we're doing tryouts. So if you want to get added to the Lunatics, start the tryout process. You'll get added. And then when I look for players, I'll go into our Lunatics chat. If we can't get 5 from the Lunatics, then I'll go into the general chat. But we've been extremely successful with this verified group of players, having no problem finding folks to run with good IQ. It just changes your overall experience on 2K23. Trust me, the random experience or running with randoms only leads to a great amount of frustration out there. You may have a game where you feel good because you're running with lower IQ players, but there's nothing like running with good teammates. It just increases and enhances the overall experience on 2K23. You can start moving forward. Patch one followed by a pause. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, we'll do tryouts on the weekends. We do tryouts often. So we just had a town hall meeting in our Discord, because our Discord community has grown tremendously. 25,000 members. That's a lot of people. So we wanted to get feedback from the people, give power back to the people. Our Discord is ran by a management team, but it's not ran like a dictatorship. It's ran because we understand that the people help this thing move. So we wanted the people to kind of voice their opinions, share their thoughts on how we can make things better in our Discord community. And we did that, I think, the day before yesterday. And that lasted about 2 hours. So, you got a good management team in our Discord, really out here doing more than what 2K is offering. Let 2K host the town hall meeting and see what happens. You have 90% of them just barking at Mike Wang and pressing Ronnie 2K in the corner somewhere. I can't imagine what the 2K community would do to Ronnie in a town hall meeting. That'd be a nightmare. It just is what it is, though. We out here, man. Hello, what up? What up? So yeah, patch update. You guys see it. Have you tried shooting today? I haven't tried yet, but we will do it today, and that's probably what I'll do with these tryouts. I'll be able to test shooting, go back to an old jump shot, LaMelo Ball, Oscar Robertson, test out whether. I think I need 2 days for the Oscar Robertson LaMelo Ball, and then I'll drop a video on it, and we'll go live, talk about it, see if that thing has changed. But on that note, y'all, I appreciate y'all so much. We're going to keep doing this thing daily. I will catch y'all tomorrow. Wishing y'all all a safe and blessed rest of your day. Easy, y'all. Catch me on the next channel. I may go live. !2. It may bring up the next channel. You could click the link and sub up.